Gonna do a quick video of my cut flower garden so I can remember for next year and look at this in the winter and be jealous of how beautiful I think it is. All right, let's see if I can figure out what's what. This first row is the cactus type from Johnny's. A definite that I will do again next year. Let's see if I can find a tag. Of course not. So they started out looking really rough, but man, I think next year I will start. Sorry, I was mowing and I just wasn't on, had to get off and do a video. Yeah, I think I'll start them all in the greenhouse maybe on May 1st. Because the ones I started in the greenhouse last year, these I all started in the house, in my grow room, and I don't know. Hardening off is my issue. Didn't harden them off right, so they died halfway, flopped over. I would like to put drip irrigation on these beds next year, but we pretty much had a drought and they are beautiful. Initially, when I first planted them out here, I watered and weeded, even though I have it was the first year growing here, and I have the paper down, the Dewitt woven fabric down. I got it from Farmer's Friend. It has the pre-cut holes in it, and they're close. I think they're every 4 inches. Anyway, at the end of this row, I did some African marigolds. I think. It seems like they have Hawaii in the name. I don't know. I love them because they're tall, but they're just now starting to bloom, maybe because of the water situation and the drought. But these cactus ones, and you just get such a huge variety of colors. Like, look at that one. And they're kind of like ombre, and this one is just like the center part of it is puffed up. I mean, these all came in one packet, and I need to cut. We got some dead ones in there. And the more you cut on them, the better they will do for you. The more they'll come back. I did do a big cut on them here last week. You can see all the debris in the middle of the rows. Then over here, I got some expensive seeds in the, let me get my shadow out of the way. I got some expensive seeds. I won't say from who. And they're okay. But so far, Johnny's is my favorite. So the very first part of this is the expensive ones that go probably right to about here. These, so wherever I had holes that didn't come up, I just stuck in a Zinnia seed that was from a mix, and I had no idea what color it was going to be. These are really pretty. I have to give them credit from the expensive ones. Very beautiful, good size, but I think you get the same pretty much from ballerina and from linen that I also have. But oh my goodness, these are just So beautiful. Look at like the different colors on that. This, I can't contain my excitement because this is what I wanted this year more than anything out of my flower gardens was an awesome zinnia patch. And I got it. So this is ballerina mix. And they're all pastels, purples, pinks. You even get some of that linen color in here. So I don't honestly believe, I'll show you the linen in the end. I don't honestly believe I'll do the linen, but I will definitely do the cactus, the ballerina, and the aurora. I'm not sure. Aurora might be the cactus blend, so I gotta look. Oh, I'm sorry. I am just caught up. Then I just did some Bennery's Giants. I need to do taller labels because they get lost. I just do those little white Amazon labels down in the hole. Yeah, it's down there, but that I also reuse them so the backside is wrong. Bennery's Giant Wine. But again, if there was a hole, I stuck a different one in there. This is the Bennery's Giant Yellow or Gold, I'm not sure, but if there's any I won't do next year, it's the gold. However, putting it between wine and this red definitely improves its appearance, but it's not necessarily my favorite color. I don't know. It's funny because I made a list of ones that I wouldn't do next year, and yellow were on it and orange was on it, and I don't know. Right now, today, I'm loving the orange. And this green, I want to say it's like, it's not the lime series, but maybe it's like green envy or something. It adds to it, especially next to the orange. This is some Queenie. I think it's Queenie Red. But there may be more than one in there. They're smaller. They're a smaller zinnia, but you get that multicolor effect that is just beautiful. And there's just so many different variations of multicolors. Oh, I love it. This too has been a huge favorite. This is Uproar Rose, and I have cut the most on that one. It's funny, I for some reason thought it was going to be a smaller one, and I cut a lot out of this, and it's a small section, maybe 3 or 4 foot section, but they're actually pretty good size too. I don't know if you can see by my hand there. I put them next to Oklahoma Pink, which is a smaller version, but also once again like little puffs of many different colors. The only thing I'm not crazy about is I put Oklahoma Pink next to Oklahoma Salmon. And just visually for the eye, I don't know. I don't like the salmon next to the pink. So, note to next year's Kim, don't put salmon next to the pink. But look at that. Japanese beetle. That right there is probably a hole I filled with some unknown color. And then here's the other one that is just multicolored and beautiful. You just never know what colors you're gonna get. There's some plain orange, which we know I'm not a huge fan of. I would say this section, let's see if there's a label here I can find so we'll know whether the other one's Aurora. Yeah, this one is Aurora. Definitely I will grow it again next year. This one started flowering first because this is the one I started in the greenhouse, and it got hardened off properly. The plants never died back. But look at this. This almost looks like one from the Queenie series. You've got like a raspberry to an orangish to a yellow to a green on the top. Outstanding. That's row number 3. And then this is kind of my fail row. So first of all, I got the DeWalt woven weed fabric caught in the lawnmower. In the beginning, I was mowing right up with my wheels right over top of the woven fabric, and it was working out great until it didn't. This was supposed to be my daylily seedling patch, the first 6 feet of this row, and it got mangled. When it got caught up in there, it just pulled all the plants. As you can see, there's some daylilies in there, or maybe you can't see. When you do seeds, they're mostly singles. At least they are for me. There's some zinnias in here too that I filled holes with. But I think there's 2 dahlias blooming. So that was definitely a fail. So I didn't even bother to weed this one. Also next to it, I'll go to this side because you can see them a little better from this side. But then I'll have the shadow, are the linen. And they're definitely pretty. Fully doubles, large flowers. But I think you really kind of get the same colors in the ballerina mix. So I probably wouldn't bother with linen next year. Who knows? Maybe they'll have something new. I did a mix of sunflowers for the next several feet. They're going over. My favorite has been the dark ones and the doubles. Very much a double person. The goldfinch have already started eating the seeds. That's wonderful. But yeah, they're pretty much going over, the sunflowers. And then I had a little bit left in a row. I want to say I threw in some Bennery's Giant Purple. I don't know what that is, but it's beautiful. Yeah. A very successful first year with a cut zinnia flower garden. Oh, look at this winter, Kim. You're gonna need it. All right, it's a tour of the cut flower garden.